Peace and love, family. Get right with the Most High and the Messiah. We finna get into another one. These electric bills are getting out of control because of these data centers. So we won't get into this one, man. If you notice your bills going up, it's because you're subsidizing them data centers. It's just a fact. People don't want to admit it, but the truth is what the truth is, and it is what it is, all right? So we won't get into it.
Yeah, truth be told, they ain't ready for this heat. Peel the layers back on every fake facade. They building narratives, we see right through the fraud. I'm the signal cutting through the digital static. My feed is undisputed facts, my flow is cinematic. We expose the truth be told, yeah, the truth be told. Watch the algorithm break as we make it go viral.
Let's get into these electric bills, man. These electric bills is crazy. Yeah, man, a lot of people paying high for electric and they subsidizing these data centers. That's what you're doing. Not just people. You are too. Even if there's not a data center around you, because it takes so much power. But let's get into it, how these people getting robbed blind by these power companies. It's just abuse on top of abuse on top of abuse.
Talk about Alabama Power. So my bill has been higher than giraffe ass. And I thought that maybe it was because of my house, trailer house, whatever. But I've been seeing a lot of videos the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks on TikTok about people talking about Alabama Power bills and how high it is. And I'm like, okay, so maybe it ain't just me. I got a 90 model double wide. It's got a whole add-on on the back of it. So in total, it's like a 7-bed, 3-bath. It's got 2 3-ton package units on it. And then during the middle of June and July, my power bill was like $800, $825 or something like that. So I went up there. I was like, hey, there ain't no way. She was like, oh, yeah, you're burning too many kilowatts. I'm like, yeah, but how much y'all charging per kilowatt? And she would never really give me an answer. So I'm like, all right. So then the next month, I turned the back unit off, made sure we only, wash clothes once a week, something like that, turn on the lights off, stuff like that, still the same. It's $760, $780. I'm like, there ain't no damn way. So then I start seeing these videos, and I'm like, okay, now everything's starting to add up and make sense. Something ain't right. Because a few years back, I lived in a house that was on Wiregrass Electric, and when I first moved in there, I had it on prepaid, meaning you could call and pay it daily. You pay for that amount for that day, which was like $4 to $6 a day. So you're looking at $200, maybe $250 a month, which is about right. Which Alabama Power used to be like that years ago, but now they're just straight up gouging people. And something needs to be done about it. The bad thing is you can't. I've got one option where I live, Alabama Power. If you don't pay it, you ain't got no power. So I've got to the point where I'm nearby ready to buy a big ass generator and set up my yard, and it'd be cheaper to buy diesel fuel. Because this is ridiculous. Even right now, during the wintertime, my power bill is still $500 and $600. Why? We ain't running no heaters hardly. We got like 1 or 2 space heaters maybe, and that's about it. Washer and dryer once a week. This shit is ridiculous. Alabama Power, if you see this, y'all need to drop them rates per kilowatt. I don't know what y'all charging, but it's obviously way too damn much. And the shit's ridiculous. These people work hard for their money. And this day and time, everything's expensive. It is a struggle to survive in this world. And y'all just gouging people, man. Y'all got to do better with this. So y'all let me know in the comments if y'all have any problems, or if you're on Alabama Power and if your power bill is high as hell. Because mine damn sure is, and something needs to be done about this.
Yeah. It's sad that people are going through that. It's kind of messed up. A lot of this stuff bothers me, man. You know what I mean? Because I hate to see people going through stuff like this and all that. Boy, if I could help everybody do it, I would. You know what I mean? Sad to say I can't. If I was a trillionaire, boy, I'd be, everybody be working for me and be blessed. But life don't work like that. Well, I would like to tell you that a diesel generator will actually be more expensive if we put a diesel generator on there. Why do I say, is more expensive. For those of you that don't know, a diesel generator burns a gallon per hour. Let's just say that your diesel's at $5 a gallon. It's $50 in 10 hours. $100 in 20 hours. So let's just say you're using it 20 hours out of the 24, right? Let's just say for shits and giggles, right? So now you got to take into consideration 100 times 30 days. It's $3,000. Yeah. The math ain't mathing on that one, brother. I have diesel generators here. And I crank them on once a month for an hour. If I don't crank them on for an hour, I crank them on for an hour and then I siphon diesel fuel out of there and put it into the rigs. So, and then put fresh diesel in there. All right? So you know, that's a gallon an hour at $5. Sounds like it's cheaper, but you'll be paying way more. More than $3,000 actually, to be honest with you. All right, let's keep going.
This is another rant. $475 for a gas bill. 1 month. Just 1 month. That's it. $475. I hate to see next month.
Alabama Power.
Just for gas? No electricity? That's still expensive, though.
Alabama Power. Hope you're listening. January 1st is right around the corner. And I want you to know that everybody in this state is on to your bullcrap corruption. We are. And let me tell you what people have gotten smart enough to do to catch you. It's gotten so bad that we Alabamians are paying so much for our power bills, $400 to $500 to $700 a month, that what we started doing is we started turning our breakers off. We started turning everything off, and we're keeping up with it. And you're still charging us your outlandish bullshit prices. Something's not right with that. How am I using the same amount of power when everything is being shut off? Alabama Power. Someone's going to answer, and it's fixing to be soon. Because like I say, the people here in Alabama, we're tired of your bullshit. We're tired of paying more for our power here than we pay for our house payments. That's the truth. People here in Alabama are literally having to decide, are we going to pay our power bill this month, or are we going to eat and pay a house payment?
Well, the sad part is that you're going to pay for it regardless because you're paying for the new infrastructure. And I don't think people understand how the power companies work. So, what I would like to know from you people that's paying more is, when did your bill go up that much? Because you're subsidizing the data centers, but not only that, guess who stopped funding these electricity companies and these gas companies to offset the price? Yeah, the GOV. I don't think people don't know that either. So when the contracts voided, when the contracts were done for, they didn't renew the contracts to keep the power lower. So I would like to know when their bills went up so I can show them how to look it up when they stopped subsidizing. And then when they started to carry the weight of the data centers. Yeah.
That's how bad it's gotten with our power bill. And if you're budget billing, be careful. I've done heard that's messed some of you up.
The cost of electricity in New Jersey and probably other parts of the United States is absolutely insane, and it's all because of AI data centers. It is estimated that since June, electricity costs have gone up 21%. This last month, I tried really hard to unplug everything that wasn't in use. I reduced the amount of times I used electric appliances. I didn't make a dent. Like, I looked at my electric bill 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It is nearly double. It's insane because I feel like there's nothing that I can do, and all this money is being taken. They don't want you to succeed. No matter how many people protest against AI data centers, no matter how many people go to town hall meetings, no matter how many people say we don't want this, they don't care because they care more about their profit because they're greedy. Greed is evil, and greed will be the end.
That is very true, young lady. Very true. You hit it around the nose. But when you look at it, it is the data centers, AI and all that. It is the greed. But the infrastructure is so bad, I don't know, I don't even understand. You got all these data centers, but who's going to pay for the services? You going to have a government contract that's not going to make no money because people losing their jobs and nobody's paying taxes? Because there ain't no jobs? I mean, you got to make it make sense. This is the stuff that you see in, like, it's like WWE, right? And it's like Rome with the gladiators when it was collapsing, what they distracted people. So a lot of people being distracted, not seeing what's going on. Now, a lot of people are waking up, and I'm glad that they're waking up and seeing what's going on, man. It's a beautiful thing when you see this stuff, especially when people educate themselves and know exactly what's going on.
Of a lot of things in this beautiful life that we live.
I called Alabama Power yesterday and asked them to cut off my budget billing. And they told me that if I cut my budget billing off, it would cost me $715 to cut off my budget billing. So then I started asking questions like, well, since my power bill used to be $280 a month and now it's $480, what's the reasoning behind that? How much power am I using actually at the end of the month? And the lady told me that last month and the month before last, I used $280 worth of power, but because I'm on budget billing, it cost me $480. And like I said, it cost me $715 to cancel it if I wanted to cancel it. And so then I asked, how much, in order for me to be on budget billing, why is it $480 a month if I'm using $280 worth of power? And she said in the peak months, I was using about $480 to $500 worth of power in the peak months, like July, August, and obviously January, February. It's gotten out of hand. Not to mention, the taxes on everything. The fact that we're paying taxes on the profits that they're making off of us is just insane. I didn't come off budget billing because I'm not going to pay $715 to come off budget billing, but they did say that next month it would be lower than $715. If I wanted to come off budget billing, it would cost me around $600 to come off budget billing. So I'm likely going to do that because every month after that, my power bill should go back down to around $280 to $300 a month. And that's still high, but I do have a large home. So I understand I do use more power than probably the typical, citizen.
Hey, we live in central Illinois. Our
Budget billing. How it works is you pay a percentage of your bill, and then the rest of the bill they put to the back of the burner. So you end up owing them. It's like a credit. You know what I'm saying? So in the long run, you're still going to get screwed because even when you come off of it, they're still going to want that portion back. So there's really no budget billing when you really look at it. Let's see what Illinois is doing. It seems like Alabama is actually like the worst one so far. I see a lot of Alabamas on here.
electric rates just went up 50%. My nephew has a ranch home that's probably 1,000, 1,200 square feet. and his bill went from $260 to $560 in the last month. No difference in usage. The company just increased their rates 50%.
Has anybody else's electric Ameren bills like doubled or tripled this month? Because ours went from like $200 to almost $500. We literally live in the tiniest house ever. We run bare minimum electricity. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, everybody on my TikTok is flabbergasted as fuck because Georgia Power, what y'all really got going on? Can't nobody pay for this. Even if we can't afford it, you think I'm finna give you $400? For what though? Like, for what? Literally for what? My Georgia Power bill is $410 and they expect me to pay that shit today or it's gonna get cut off. What they say, light that candle up, baby. Cause I'm not. I know, like, that's not right. I don't give if I did run it. That's not right. That's not right.
$410. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on. I ain't gonna say it on here because they put me behind and cut me off for like a year to 4 years. So I ain't gonna say it here, but it's unsustainable. You're taxing people to live, to work. A hamster wheel. Like, it's gotta stop.
Electric bill is $314.89. See, if you don't believe me, $314.89. That's crazy. Is anybody else's electric bill that high? This is the highest one we've had this year. And I remember in the summers when it used to be $150 and I thought that was crazy high. Now it's $314. Why? Why is it so expensive? We do live in Kentucky, so it does get really, really hot here. But like I said, our bills have never been over $300 like they are now. We leave our air conditioning on 73 pretty much 24/7. So I don't think that's super, super low or anything. We don't have like a pool or a hot tub, although I would love a hot tub. We don't have anything like that we run. We just have a regular house. It is 2 stories, so we do have 2 units, air conditioning units. But you know, our house is only 2,400 square feet about. $314.89. To me, that is way too expensive.
We just got back our gas and electricity bill for this month and it was $810. Everyone in my area has been saying that their bill has been really expensive this month.
Man, anything above $300 is ridiculous. Anything above $300, $810. That's a car payment. That used to be a mortgage at one time with insurance. That's ridiculous.
The gas and electric company that basically owns the area has been posting like through the news to expect higher bills. Our bill was $810 this month. Last month it was $206. How can they possibly get away with this? I mean, like, everybody in the area is talking about protesting, shutting off their heat, but I have 3 kids. I have 2 nonverbal autistic children that we have to send to therapy for that costs us $10,000 a year. And now I'm like, can we even send them to therapy if we have to pay over $800 a month just to have heat and electric in our home? For reference, we live in a 1,250 square foot ranch brick home, so our home is not even that big. I just want to know how they can get away with this. They are price gouging the American people. There's no repercussions. Something has to change.
Nothing will change. But I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you got to choose your kids' therapy over. Let me keep going because I don't like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because
had a single mom send me her power bill so far. She can check it daily. She leaves to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. She gets home at 9 o'clock at night. Again, she's a single mom. She does work a lot of hours. She picks her child up from her parents' house. She gets home around 9. Everything is cut off when she walks out the door. She said the only thing she does is she has her refrigerator running, of course, and her heat. She keeps on 65 every day. She never touches it. She is using $48 worth of power a day. That's what it reads for her. She can check it. $48. At this point, she says, when her bill comes next month, she will have to choose pay that power bill and keep her lights on with Alabama Power, or feed her child and groceries, necessities, and figure out how she's going to pay all of her rent. We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't have to try to figure out how we're going to live just because of greedy people like Alabama Power. Something has to be done.
Something does have to be done. But, you know, man, it's heartbreaking when you see this stuff. I hope y'all take these people and educate yourselves on getting with like-minded people and all that. I want you to understand something. Rent is too high. People mortgages and insurance is too high. Insurance for a vehicle is too high. Vehicles are way overpriced. People are in credit card debt. Food is at an all-time high. Parts, if your vehicle breaks down, is at an all-time high. Mechanics are at an all-time high. It's just so much at once that I don't think people understand that it's unsustainable. It is. It's unsustainable. And the sad part about it is that these cucks in office ain't gonna do nothing about it. Well, they're getting rich, you're getting poorer. You know? And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Peace and love to everybody, man. Get right with the Most High and the Messiah. Get with like-minded people. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. All praises to the Most High for another one, man, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you see me with the same hoodies, because I recorded all of these in one day, okay? So, you know, don't come at me, okay? I got multiple hoodies, multiple ones, and so it's all in one day. I record them and then release them, all right? Peace and love, and I'll catch you on the next one. Be safe out here, man, and like I said, man, get with like-minded people, all right? Peace and love.